Today I'm going to be showing you guys my typical yoga routine. This is just lots of the movements that I really enjoy going through that make me feel good and that are helping me advance in my practice. It took me a long time to get here, so I would not suggest just flying into this and copying it. I'm going to be guiding you guys, but it's important that you listen to your own body because you know more than the teacher does, not in that sense, but you know, if it's not feeling good, don't do it. We want to feel good. So grab your mat or a soft surface, put your hair up, get comfy, and we're gonna start. So let's start in a cross-legged position. I want you to really tune into yourself, listen to your breath, really think about how you're feeling right now so that we can compare it to the end of our practice and really identify the reason why we come onto our mat. Maybe moving your head back and forth, allowing your neck to loosen up, organic movements. Doing what feels good for you. Maybe moving your back a bit. And then we're going to come up and we're going to go onto all fours. Start taking your own version of your cat-cows. Loosening up the spine, elongating. Tuck the chin, arch the back. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Next, we're coming into our puppy pose. Drop your chin down to the mat, maybe lifting up your legs if that feels good for you. Spreading your legs into almost like a child's pose on your chin if that feels good to you. Sliding down into your typical child's pose, pushing yourself back up. Lying down. Then we're going to come up into our forward fold. Don't worry if you can't go too far right away. It's best to be gentle with yourself. Reach up and back extension. Exhale, fold forward. Jump or step back into your plank. Slow lower chaturanga. Push up dog. Push away. Down dog. Take that as fast or as slow as you need to for the first round. Holding your down dog and pedaling out your feet. Jump or step to the front of your mat. Fold forward and reach all the way back up, back extension. And again, fold forward. We're doing this 3 times to really start heating up our body. Taking it at your own pace. Making sure to breathe. Tuning in with your breath. Taking off any extra layers you may have as we start to cultivate heat. Now coming into our first sun salutation, we're going to meet in our downward facing dog. Feet in line with the hips, hands in line with the shoulders. Reaching one leg up, holding it for a couple of breaths, really opening up the hip. And then we're going to bring it forward in between both of our front hands. Reaching them up, we're into our warrior 1 pose or low lunge. Reach it out into warrior 2, back arch in line with the front heel. Reaching out into peaceful warrior. Then coming down into your triangle pose, gazing up towards the sky. Now reaching under, take a bind if you're in a body that allows it. Looking up. Turn your arms forward and pushing up. And we're coming into warrior 3. Hold here. Arms come forward if you're more advanced, maybe just by your side. Now we're folding down right into a standing split and bringing it all the way forward, lifting your legs straight up in front of you, just as high as you can go, no higher. Bringing it back down, folding forward completely. Jumper step back into plank, slow, lower chaturanga, push, up dog, roll your toes, push away into your down dog. Now coming into our other side, lift your leg high, hold, turn outwards, opening your hip, and bring it forward in between your hands. Other side, we're going to come into our warrior 2, reverse warrior, or peaceful warrior. Down into your triangle pose, looking up. And sinking down, taking a bind on your opposite side here. Now turning everything forward and kicking your leg up the best you can, balancing into warrior 3. Hold it here, down into your standing split other side. Bringing it forward, trying to grab onto that toe and push it all the way up straight, as high as you can go, building the strength and flexibility here. Reach up and we're coming down into chair pose. Hold here for a couple of breaths, maybe bringing your elbow onto one side and then bring it over the other side, getting a good spinal twist. Still holding here. Reach all the way up and down, and we're doing this 5 times to just heat us up real quick before getting into some more advanced postures. Folding forward, we're coming into our crow. Just doing what you can, maybe just bringing up one leg at a time, getting the strength for it. And then if you can, we're going to push all the way back into our plank. Slow lower chaturanga, legs, thighs up. Push back, roll toes, into our down dog. Coming down onto our elbows into dolphin, we're going to push back up to down dog and do this about 5 times. This is really going to build your strength for all our arm balances. Now bringing one leg up and the other leg up, building the core strength for pincha, pushing up if you can, maybe trying to just straighten out the legs, building the core strength here. Then you can just play with your legs, coming into split, maybe bending, maybe going into a back bend. If you can't yet balance on your elbows, maybe you're taking a headstand here. Doing what you can with your headstand. If you aren't yet into headstands, you can always do a child's pose. Really, this is more rest and fun, doing what feels good for you. Coming out of the posture into a wide straddle here, just folding forward. Breathing, we're going to come back to the front of our mat, fold forward, and we're going to try handstands. Just kicking up, holding for as long as you can. Maybe playing with the legs, coming back down. Just building the strength and mobility here. I always like to throw in some handstand practice daily. May not be able to hold it very long all the time, but some days I get really excited. Taking a rest in a little yogi squat every once in a while before going into the next handstand. Just having fun here. Now reaching up, we're gonna come down into our flying pigeon pose if you can. If not, maybe trying out your crow. And we're gonna hold that on one leg and then do the other leg. Now turning outwards onto your mat, we're going to come into our goddess pose, or sumo, depending on what you'd like to call it. Bring our palms together, maybe bringing them all the way up, balancing on the balls of our toes. And bringing our hands back down. Just folding forward here in our straddle, elongating the spine. Arms crossed on each elbow. Breathe. Sinking down into your low lunge. Push over to the other side. Maybe grabbing a bind. Breathing deeply. Bring your legs forward and come back to the front of your mat, and we're going to push into our bridge pose. Maybe you can just come up onto your head. Slowly gain the strength and flexibility for this. This is very advanced. If you're more advanced, you can try straightening your legs, bending into more of a hollow back posture, pointing your toes, getting more toe strength, maybe coming up onto your fingertips, and just really deepening your back bends. Bringing one leg up, maybe bringing the other leg up, and then I'm coming up onto my toes, curled completely under and lifting up, just something I've been practicing for fun. And reach all the way back up, fold forward. Jump or step back into plank, slow lower chaturanga, push up, and then I just bend my legs and do a nice back stretch there, just something I like to do, and into my child's pose. Now I'm coming into camel. Reach one hand back, the other hand back, really opening up the chest, maybe bringing one arm all the way back even more, and the other arm back more. Maybe bringing both on at the same time, trying to sink lower, trying to grab your knee. Lots of different variations here. Lots of ones I've worked hard to master. So it will take time. Never push your body more than it's ready. And this is just a fun thing I've been practicing because it looks cool. I've never even seen it in the yoga community, but you know. Now I'm coming into a forward fold just on the ground here. Then bringing one leg back so that we can come into a lying down pigeon pose. Folding forward, really elongating the back, the shoulders, stretching into our hip flexor, maybe bringing your back foot to your head. Then we bring up our other leg, trying to put it at a 90-degree angle. Hold that, pushing back, little back stretch, fold forward. And reach back. Back into sitting. We're going to put both feet together and do a little butterfly stretch. It's okay if you can't go too far, if you can't get your head to the ground. Just push on your knees a little bit, not too much pressure. just so that it feels nice. Down onto our backs, we're just gonna bring one leg to the chest, maybe stretch it out, bringing it down to the mat, really opening up the hips here. Nice pressure. And then we do the other leg, knee to the ground, opposite hand right in the middle of the arch of that foot, leaning forward a bit. Now we're going to try to bring that one to the back, right behind your shoulder. Bring your leg up. This one feels really nice once you get it up there. And then the other side. And knees to chest. Maybe bringing them out into more of a happy baby pose. As deep as you can go, even extending into a straddle pose. This won't feel good for everyone, but it feels sure dang flaggin' amazing when you're all stretched out. And here I'm gonna do a pike right in the middle. Lots of core strength here. Very energizing. Looks like a little pin in the middle of the room. And pushing up using your core down into your forward fold. Maybe wrapping your arms all the way around your legs, hooking the wrist, and coming all the way back up into standing. Back, hands to heart, bow forward. And reach all the way up. We're coming back down through vinyasa. Upward facing dog, push away, downward facing dog. Pedaling out the feet, doing what feels good for you. Jumping forward, maybe trying to float a bit now. And here I'm just sitting back and holding this arm balance right here to strengthen my core. Eventually I'll be able to jump through. And now I'm laying back and just stretching out, bringing your legs to one side, bringing them to the other side. It's very, very good restorative pose for the end of practices. Now let's interlace our fingertips and push up into a high glute bridge. This really corrects all the strain that we put on our backs through back bends. And now it's time to just relax here in our Savasana. Taking as much time as you need, even if the video ends. Relaxing here. Tuning into yourself, noticing how much better you may feel now. How much energy you have created for yourself. Taking time to really relax. Feel the clarity, the stillness, the joy. Remembering that your practice is not as much about the work out as it is the work in. Be proud of yourself for stepping onto your mat today. Sending you all my love, clarity, which to me is happiness, and joy. Have a great rest of your day. Namaste.